This is the initial setup of the Beier stuff to just see if it all works. Got the transmitter, got the battery, the Beier stuff just basically wired up. I'll just go through it all now. And here I've got my USB connection to the computer. I'll try and tilt this up a bit so you can see. In here, that'll be the switch to control the tipper action. That's the KUSB 2, as Beier call it, which is the interface by USB to your computer, which I have connected into the Beier system, and that's the on-off switch there. So first of all, we plug in this. Like so. I'll just run through a couple of the bits that we've got on here. Temporarily wired in the speaker. It's all temporarily wired. Battery is connected through to, just checking you can see that on the camera. Yeah, great. Battery is wired through to these two connections on the Beier unit, and then the two central ones of the motor go underneath and are connected to the motor. My receiver is an R12DS radio link, which I'm using with the AT10, and I'm running it on S-Bus, so there is only one physical connection, which is this wire here, which is in, you can't actually see it, is in number 12, the bottom one on the receiver there. Just temporarily put the aerial wires round, so that's connected up. That's the wire from the gearbox shift. The one from the steering is this one, which goes into here. So the three connections we've got here are, in order left to right, are steering, shift and the S-Bus input. This one here is the standby switch, which is this little switch in here. Without that switch in, if you just plugged it in, it immediately comes on. The standby switch allows you to control it on and off. That there is the speaker cable. Sorry about that noise. And that there, I've just put an extension on that. That's the KUSB that goes into there. These are, one either side, are going to be the outputs for the lights. They're not connected at the moment. You can see the ribbon cables there, but they're going to be cut down so that they just literally connect from there to there to there. Okay, as far as the radio is concerned, I've set up a new model on here. It's just called Model 002 at the moment, for what it's worth. Because I'm running S-Bus, it is important that you set up the S-Bus output within the software, because otherwise it won't work, which I've already done. That's a separate issue. So with the radio on, we'll just switch on this. Sorry about the noise, I've just shut the door, the washing machine's on. Right. And there we go. That's up and running. Controls the volume, which I'll keep low at the moment so that you can hear me. First thing to do will be to just check out that the stick channels work. So this one up and down is throttle and brake. Just double check you've got the back of it on there. Yeah. I doubt you can see that, but the prop shaft is turning and it's driving the two rear axles. At the moment it's on cruise control, so it will continue to run without the need for any input from you, and then that will slow it down, and push it to the bottom will actually bring it to a halt. So the throttle's working properly. Let's try it without cruise control. As you can see, it works fine without cruise control as well. this switch over here I've got set for gears, so we'll just get it working. Now I've not trimmed up the gears at the moment, but all I'm interested in doing is just seeing, you can see underneath there hopefully the gear shaft. Sorry, this switch here, I've got the wrong switch. First gear, second gear, third gear. It's not far out, but that will need trimming up to get, so the gears are working fine on there. This switch is going to be for the boom control, which is going to be run by PWM on channel 5, which is, none of that's actually built yet. We need to check the steering works. I can't move it much because these axle stands actually catch on there, but I have checked it and it is running more or less the full travel. But I'll finish that when I can turn it over and trim it up. The other two things I want to do is just check that these two channels work, the one that runs across and the one that runs up and down. And to do that, what I've done is I've just assigned a simple chirp sound to the stick so that you can test whether it's working or not. I'll turn the volume up so hopefully you can hear it. So that channel's working, and the one on this side as well. Just an interesting way of checking that the channels are working, that's all. So I'm happy with that. That's all working fine. What I'll do is just, what I normally do is just label up the wires, and then that way when you pull it apart it's very simple to just plug and play it all back together again. Hope you found that helpful.